we have something new that me and Tom are launching. It's our 6-week transformation program. Hey, Tom, I'm excited to introduce this one. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah. Hi, Michael. I am as well. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, and our program's evolved. So it's always exciting when we looked at what we've done in the past, and we've taken the best bits, and then we've maybe tweaked it here or there a little bit, make it a little bit better. So yeah, no, it's exciting.
Yeah, mate. It's actually been 5 years, almost like to the day, since I've been an online coach.
5 years. Well, yeah, you beat me. You beat me to it. When did I start doing online? Maybe 4 years. Maybe beat me by a year.
9 years between us then. So anyone that does join, which we are going to go into the details of what it looks like, we've got a bit of experience in the game, right?
Yeah. I think you've got to, if you're going to invest in something, if you're going to, and especially if it's related to your health, which is a very personal thing, and fixing that is, you have to find the right kind of person. Yeah, I think you probably have to be, you want some assurity that what you're getting or the people you're going to work with are going to be good and maybe know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's important to be in safe hands. So if we talk a little bit about that, if you want to go look first, just talk a little bit about, I guess, who you are and what you do and why basically people should hold weight in what you say.
I came to, I would say, the health and fitness world and the FitPro world later than probably most, mainly through struggles with myself and my health in the past, through when I was working offshore and getting myself in not a great state. I worked it all out on my own and studied over the years, did a few courses, learned more, read up all the stuff, and then like I said, about 4 years ago, started dabbling a little bit with the online world and seeing how I could train people better than I could do in person, which felt a bit weird thinking that was a bit weird at the beginning, thinking that actually by putting all the systems in place that I have now could actually be better than me standing in front of somebody. But my results that I got with people gave me that confidence that actually that's possible. Not very healthy, personal trainer, online health coach, learning about behavioral change, and that's kind of brought me to here. What about you, Michael? Tell me about you.
So just on Tom, like Tom's literally like walks the walk. Like he said, he's had some struggles with his weight and his fitness and not, I guess, showing up how you'd want to. And obviously he's changed it all around. So I think that's really important. He's been in there and can relate to anyone that's maybe potentially listening to this. For me, it's actually like 20 years in the fitness industry, which shows my age. A long time as a personal trainer, and then the last 5 years as an online health and performance coach. Things have adapted and evolved a lot, especially in the health and fitness industry. So I'd like to think we offer a very holistic approach to covering all bases, performance, nutrition, exercise, looking at sleep, reducing stress, because there's so many little elements in there, I think, that go into someone being fit, healthy, performing, showing up how they want to. And it's definitely not just about exercise and following a diet plan. So let's get that off the table straight away. If you were going to join the 6-week challenge, you wouldn't just be following an exercise plan and a diet plan and going, there you go, you crack on, see how you get on.
Yeah, well, I suspect most people that out there that are watching this or we speak to has probably already tried that as well. Mm-hmm. And I suspect if you're watching this and you've tried it and not worked, then like I said, maybe believers that's not usually the solution to someone's problem. And actually, like you said, there's so many different things that make up your health, and that holistic approach of looking at everything is how you get on top of it, but also how you keep on top of it. And I suppose that's the main thing, because nobody really wants to do a 6-week program with anybody and then go back to exactly how they were after 6 weeks, and in 6 weeks after that they're back to the kind of the start of where they were. I mean, no one wants that. No one I've met wants to do that.
No, 100%. And I think it's something to be aware of. You can get a really, really good result in 6 weeks. It's a decent amount of time. We can really kickstart. We're literally going into February. I'm sure there's some people that can relate to this. I don't know, they had all the best intentions in January, going to the gym, drinking more water. Maybe they've done dry January, and potentially now, who knows? Maybe you're doing good, awesome. If you're not, and you're thinking maybe I need to look at something different, you can get a really good result in 6 weeks. But we're not here to solve all your problems, but it can give you a massive kickstart. And essentially, what we're going to work on is much more around like mindset. I think, we're going to give you some stuff around mindset, so it's not just, like we said, not just the exercise, not just the diet plan. Maybe get you question your behaviors, because we all know that maybe you do, maybe you don't, that the person in the mirror, is the problem. And that might sound harsh, but if I'm not showing up how I want to, it's no one else's fault. It's on me. And we're going to want people who come into my program to have that breakthrough and realization.
Yeah. It's you are the problem, but also you are the solution, and you have the tools within you to fix that. And I think you're right about the mindset side of things. One good thing about the last few years is the mindset and mental support, or kind of changing how you kind of feel, and all those things are definitely more talked about, and I think probably a bit more acceptable than they were. I guess Is that fair, Michael?
Yeah.
To say that? And if you talk to most guys 10 years ago, and you said about kind of, I don't know, mindset, I don't know whether anybody would understand anything. But even having said that, it's quite a catch-all word as well, isn't it?
It's one of those that's I need help with my mindset, but a lot of people don't know exactly what that means or what that looks like. But it can be little things like just doing the things you say you're going to do, committing to the gym, committing to little things like drinking the water. All these things like really stack up, and not letting yourself down. All they do, each time you do it, they just strengthen that mindset a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything that's new or like new age, it's just about committing, taking action, and doing all the things that you say you're going to be doing, not letting yourself down, and you get a stronger mindset.
Exactly, same as in the gym. If you under the bar doing your bench press, you only get stronger by doing the reps, doing your time. And I guess it's the same with mental strength. Whether you're able to make the right choice in the moment, it takes a few times of making that right choice to build up the strength to do that. Like I said, the example which I quote loads and loads is one of my clients with his kettle is here, cupboard there, cookie jar inside the cupboard. Automatic, put the kettle on. I'm having a cup of tea. I'm going to have a biscuit. It opened his cupboard, have a biscuit. And then we talked about this, and it might seem like a really small thing to some people, but actually, this was one of the things that he didn't understand why he did it. Why can't he say no to that? And there was some sort of, and that's not a. It's not a knowledge thing. It's not a strength thing. It's a mental thing, isn't it? It's your brain is saying, do that thing, get that biscuit. And it was no surprise that the day that he got over that, the day that he made his cup of tea, he opened his cupboard, he stared at the cookie jar for a good minute or so, and then closed the cupboard. Was actually a really positive, big moment. He got over this thing, but she didn't understand why he couldn't do it, and that actually was one of the most transformative things of my whole time working with him, which is crazy, isn't it? That tiny, seems like a tiny thing, but actually it was a massive change.
Yeah, and what we'll look to do in the 6 weeks is hopefully give you guys that join a lot of those things, those little breakthroughs, and it's 6 weeks. I always think it's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity, and it's what you put in is what you're going to get out. So you've got 6 weeks to really make a dent in what you want to do for the rest of the year in terms of performance, fitness, maybe losing some weight, gaining energy. 6 weeks access to us where you can ask any questions, whether that's why is it I always drink so much at the weekends? Why is it I start a diet plan but I can't follow it through? You've got access to us. We can have some brainstorming sessions, some Q&As. We're going to cover nutrition, exercise. Like I said, maybe reasons why you sabotage yourself. We're going to try and cover as much as possible. And the way it worked best as well, I think, would you agree, is if we get like feedback, because then this is a launch, we're going to launch this, and then we're going to take everything we get from it, even though we've done this a while, but we're going to continue to make it better from the feedback we get as well.
Yeah. I mean, always, I'm as hard as it can be sometimes, admitting that I've been wrong in the past in things I've done, things I've tried, things that I've said to clients in the past, which I believed, which I was told.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all want to kind of change and progress. And I think that you said about asking questions, you've got access to us. I suspect that we'll probably be the most honest fitness people you'll ever meet in terms of how we interact with you. If you've ever had a personal trainer, when I think back to when I was a PT or when I listened to ones in the gym, sometimes, not all, they might not give you the answer that actually you need. Whereas we promise that the people that we work with
might not like it, but you're going to give you the answer you need,
exactly,
not you want.
Exactly, and that's sometimes that's the really important thing. Is that kind of extreme honesty in terms of if someone says, "Why am I not doing this?" and we give you the answer that you don't want to hear. That I suspect probably in the back of the mind you've probably already thought about, but it's our job to kind of hold you to account to that as well. And that's maybe one of the most can be one of the most powerful things. Is actually you're in this really honest, safe space where you can ask the questions, but also you can get that honesty from us and also probably from the other guys in the group.
Yeah, 100%. Should we talk about, I think the big thing to talk about is obviously we talk about what you get and what that looks like. But I think what's important to talk about is why. Why would someone join us? We've gone through a bit of our credentials, but what is it they're going to benefit from? I think it's the benefits people want in it. Like how are they going to feel better? Would you say more energy, looking to reduce stress? You're definitely going to perform better if you've got more energy, be more productive, more creative, less stressed at home, probably have more sex, because you have a lot more energy. What else are they going to get? I mean, all areas are going to improve, right? 6 weeks.
It's I'm going to say it's not a huge amount of time, but you can improve in all the different areas in your life. One thing you missed off there is to your children. I'm a dad, and it's important to me that I look after myself for my children, not only so I can do the things that I can do now, as much as we're not very good at thinking very, very long term. I want to be around as long as possible for my children. I want to be able to do all the things I want to do for my children, and it's looking after your health is probably the most important thing you can do for your children. You're going to be around longer. You're going to be able to do more things. Also, you're going to be an inspiration to them as well. And they're going to look at you and think, you know what, my dad's looking after himself like this. I'm going to do that too. That's the person who I want to be.
Yeah, nice. So stepping up in all areas, essentially. Husband, if that's your role, business owner, executive, if you're working on your career, like you said, being a father, being a brother, like whatever your role is, we're looking for you to improve all areas and step up. And we will hold you to account. We will support you all the way as well. And if we look at like what's going to be the setup, we're going to do weekly group calls, right? Group calls. We'll put the breakdown in after this as well in the comments, so you can see exactly what you get access to. We're going to cover nutrition. We're going to cover exercise habits, which would be like, morning routines, evening routines, sleep. Obviously, we talked about mindset. We're aiming to cover as much as possible. 6 weeks, but not leave anyone feeling overwhelmed as well. It's going to be very step by step, which I think is important.
And it's a matter of everybody. I say one of the things that sometimes falls down about, you mentioned that the workout plan and the kind of diet plan that you can get just kind of off the internet or sent to you. This is nothing's been tailored around you. There's only one of you. You are the only person that exists. You're the only person that had your life experiences and your struggles. So whatever someone comes in with, your goals have got to be tailored to your life. There's no, like, the way that me and you train and look after our bodies is different. There'd be the stuff you do is different to me. So there's no, we can't transplant those things in. Whereas if you think, right, these are my goals, this is my life, what are the biggest things I can do that related just to me, then that's going to give us a massively kind of bigger chance of success and long-term success as well. So it's important that we lay those foundations at the beginning. So that'll be one of the first things we do with joining the program is actually looking at who you are now and laying out some targets and actually working out that plan around you rather than just some generic 40-year-old bloke, 2,000 calories a day or whatever it is, which just doesn't work.
Yeah, I think what's important to what you said there is to remember is like it does have to be tailor-made and individualized, but also like ask some questions of yourself. So like, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? What sort of role model do I want to be for my children? I think, you join a certain program or you get the diet plan, there's none of those questions asked of yourself, are you? So you don't really have an exciting vision or anything inspiring to work towards. So, we want to like ask some questions of you guys if and when you join, going, who do I want to be? How do I want to show up? What sort of role model do I want to be? And we're going to get people to post it as well, aren't we, for accountabilities? Yeah. You want them to actually go away and think about these things. Yeah. So instead of waking up in the morning and going, oh, I've got to exercise, you wake up and go, I get to exercise. Yeah. Oh, I've got to eat the horrible breakfast. Oh, no, I get to eat a healthy breakfast, So it's actually exciting instead of just restricting calories and beasting yourself in the gym.
Exactly. And it's a good point I said about sharing these things. It's a safe little place for guys to share these things.
Yeah.
And I think the more you share, the more you put in there, and actually the more you can get out. Asking questions is really important. It can be it's a big step for, I think, a lot of guys. I'm going to broad brush say we don't really ask for help in most things, and certainly with our health, we probably even less people ask for help with that. So it's a big step if you're inside this safe place going, do you know what, I need help with this, and you ask in the group and we can all kind of work together. And then on the flip side of that, if you answer a question, say if somebody says, I've got this problem, and you can answer it, how empowering is that in terms of your own confidence, in terms of looking after yourself, that actually you're helping other people? So it's like a snowball effect. We ask for help, give help, and everyone grows together.
Also, if you just think about, if you really committed 6 weeks, that's it. It's not even long, and just said, you know what? I believe this is the right thing. It can work. I'm going to just show up. I'm going to trust Tom and Mike because they know what they're doing. I'm going to trust myself, because you've got to trust yourself and go, do you know what? I'm going to give this everything I've got for 6 weeks. Just imagine like where you could be in 6 weeks' time. It's not that long, but it's also long enough to make some significant changes. Well, I'm sure, we've had clients that have lost 1-2 stone in 6 weeks, increased their energy levels by double, like training 4 or 5 times a week, have lost, significant amounts of body fat, changed their physiques. Like it can happen. And I think if you think about what you can do in 6 weeks, imagine if you kept up that consistency and added more, where would you be in like 6 months, a year's time?
Yeah.
It can make a huge amount of difference.
And like you said, it's not about the Suns. Suddenly, the Suns.
I think we should wrap up with what are the usual concerns that people have? Because I think a lot of the time, it's like, yeah, it sounds great, I want to do it, but I'm concerned about my commitment, the time, what the cost is going to be. What do you reckon are some of the concerns we need to just get off the table?
I think probably one of the biggest ones is I just don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Life it's January. If you're in business, January tends to be a lot of businesses a slow month. I'm really busy. I'm chasing my tail. I've got no time. I've got kids to look after. I've got no time to fix this.
What are we going to say to that?
Well, I can say it's never a time thing. It's always a priority thing.
Yeah.
And again, that's quite a strong statement to say. And again, if you I don't mind being pushed on it. If somebody's thinking, no, I don't have the time, then you know what? Question is push on it. But again, I think it's if you are super busy, and just imagine you could make kind of some really positive big change in your health over 6 weeks, and you are and being how busy you are now. Imagine in a few months down the line when you're going through a quieter period, how much easier is it going to be to do even more? So actually, like I say to all my clients at the beginning, I actually want you to have struggles when you're working with me, because that's life. Life can be a bit of a struggle at times. And actually, if we can still keep looking after our health, if we can still make the choices 80% of the time that we want to make, when life is hard, when life is easy, you are not going to have any problems.
Yeah, and I think one thing that's really, really important to remember is people do say that they're too busy and they don't have time. And it's like, it's because they're looking at it the wrong way. They're looking at it going, well, I need to be in the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week. I need to be meal prepping my food. And You really don't, especially at the beginning. You really don't. The beginning's about an awareness of maybe some of the things you're doing wrong, whether that's food or the wrong type of exercise. Awareness, and then if your energy level is on the floor, let's just imagine you give yourself 10% more energy in the first 2 weeks. You're then more productive. So suddenly you do have more time because you're getting all the tasks done quicker. You're more creative, and you actually want to
find mental energy to make the right choice.
Yeah, exactly. Clarity of thought, decision making is it's a lot sharper. So I always question people on that. I don't have time because it's just BS, to be honest. It's like hiding behind I'm busy at work to prioritize my health. Like, that's not going to help you. Your kids aren't going to be happy about that. Dad, why are you never playing with me at the weekends and you're always out of breath? Well, work's been busy. Kids don't care about your work. No. They care about you and show like how you are present, around the kids. So I always question that. But that being said, at the beginning, I reckon what would they need to do? 20 to 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week.
Yeah, I would say
hour and a half tops.
Yeah, I would say tops, and also and say if you don't remember a gym, you don't need to go to a gym. Again, it's a matter of finding what.
Yeah.
If the exercise you're doing you hate, you're doing the wrong exercise.
Also, just on this as well, when it comes to the food side of things, it doesn't take time to choose a salad over the McDonald's breakfast or whatever it's going to be, or the Greggs or the drive-thru or something. That's not a time issue. I think that's also an energy issue too.
Yeah.
And if you're lacking in energy, you're going to make bad choices on food. So if we figure that out early doors, you're going to make better choices on food. And it, like you say, it snowballs. So I think, time commitment's one of the things. The first 10 people that do join are going to get a massive introductory offer, which is going to be a lot less than what we're going to be charging when we fully launch this. So I wouldn't say cost is going to be any objections really for people. Anything else?
Yeah. And then just on that, again, the reasons we're doing that is because this is new, and although it's been built on strong foundations, we want to make sure it's right and we want to iron things out.
Yeah.
Again, there's a reason behind it, and that's why it's a bit of a thank you to the people that are just jumping on and giving us a bit of their time. Maybe having to give us a bit more feedback than maybe we'd usually ask, and say, right, give us all the stuff. So it's a bit of a thank you as well.
Yeah, they're going to get like a seriously amazing program with 2 really good coaches, I believe, at what is going to be a very, very affordable price point, which we will share some details with you guys about. I think that's it, really. Being honest, if you're listening to this and me and Tom, and you've been thinking about working with us for a while, or maybe you've had a call in the past, like, this is your opportunity now. This will literally not happen again with it. And I hate it when people say that, because I think it's so salesy, and we're not salespeople, we're coaches, right? But it won't. It literally won't. First 10 jump on board, we'll get it an introductory offer, basically.
Yeah, it won't take us long to iron these things out. And like I said, it's we've got 6 weeks. After that 6 weeks, things will be ironed out. So yeah, if people have been sat on the fence, like if you've been watching our stuff and thinking, and what we're saying resonates with you, now could be the time. Especially if you just got to the end of January, and again you've said 2024 is the year I'm going to sort myself out, and you started something on January the 2nd, and you're back to where you were, especially in that point, and kind of you've been trying to fix this for a while. Now is the time.
Yeah, I think we wrap up there, mate. I think we've covered everything. Hopefully, if you've listened to this, you've got a few more details. You're at a place where you think either, sounds cool, reach out. Obviously, send us a DM or post a comment, and we'll go from there. Or if it doesn't sound like it's for you, then all good. Hopefully, you're in a good place with your health and fitness. But as always, we do appreciate any questions, any feedback, any shares, anything that resonates, any comments. It does go a long way. And to the guys that have listened to this and thought, that's a bit of me, reach out, because I'm sure these 10 places will get taken pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cheers, dudes.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, everyone.